Disney has been around for generations. It has created numerous films which stress the importance of morality and family. For 100 years, Disney has preached about femininity, masculinity, heteronormativity, and for over half of its existence, whiteness. In the 21st century, especially after the early 2000s, Disney has started the initiative to create more diverse, open-minded, and welcoming programming. Now, Disney is attempting to rectify past errors in representation by reimagining their classic cartoon characters in live action. And while the influx of live action has caused disapproval from longtime Disney fans, it's their reimagining of classic characters as people of color or LGBTQ plus community members that has led to many longtime Disney fans to turn their back on the company. Their reimagining of classic cartoon characters as people of color or members of the LGBTQ plus community has led many longtime fans to turn their back on the company. The Walt Disney Company was founded in 1923. In 1937, it created its first Disney princess, Snow White. Its first princess of color, however, was Jasmine, who appeared in the 1992 film Aladdin. Indeed, Disney's first princess of color did not grace the silver screen until 70 years after the creation of the studio and 55 years after their first princess. Not only did the first Disney princess of color take a while to come along, the film in which she appeared was also plagued with racist imagery and promoted anti-Arab sentiments. The 1995 film Pocahontas was riddled with similar issues, as it ignored indigenous voices and butchered the tale of a real historical figure of the same name. In 1998, Disney introduced Mulan, a Chinese princess who, unlike previous princesses, displayed independence, bravery, and strong will. This princess film, however, still failed to portray their culture in an accurate and respectful way, causing many Chinese viewers to dislike the film. Disney returned in 2009 with Princess Tiana, their first black princess. While Disney was praised by many for finally recognizing and including black individuals, the film portrayed Tiana, a woman from the 1920s, as hardworking, strong, and abrasive. Despite taking place in the Jim Crow South, Tiana is able to pull herself up from her bootstraps and become fabulously wealthy, which was unheard of for a black woman in New Orleans at this point in history. Within the film as well are characters who are shown as over-the-top animals who are coded as black and move about the screen in a style similar to minstrelsy. The trumpet-playing crocodile known as Louis, named after Louis Armstrong, was shown as being loud, simple-minded, and on the receiving end of many slapstick antics. Not only did it take 86 years after its creation to create a black princess, the black princess did not represent the people she was created for. And by dodging themes of race, in a film set in a period and place marked by it, Disney turned a blind eye to bigotry and effectively rewrote history. Waltman notes that throughout the film there are few markers that remind the audience that Tiana is black. For example, Eudora works as a seamstress and surrogate nanny for the LaBeouf family, while James is a laborer as well. And while Lottie whiles away her days in the family Garden District mansion, dreaming of her future prince, Tiana works 2 jobs as a waitress. One might ask why a young woman as intelligent as Tiana submits to manual labor so willingly when, with some encouragement and support, she could have been a university student or trained professional and not in the service industry. While ignoring that Lottie's privilege comes from white privilege, Waltman suggests that Disney turns a blind eye to the issues of race and had created an unwoke black princess. Likely in an attempt to rectify past mistakes in representation, Disney had decided to recreate classic animated films in the live-action style. While recreations are not popular and have been met with much hatred from audiences, the reimagining of previously white and stray characters as people of color or queer individuals has rubbed many longtime Disney fans the wrong way. The upcoming live-action remake of The Little Mermaid has been met with severe backlash for casting a black actress in the role of the previously white Ariel. The trailer for the upcoming film has 28 million views with a whopping 3.5 million dislikes. The trailer for the live-action Mulan, which released in 2020, received 27 million views with less than 1,000 dislikes. Interestingly, though, the 2017 Beauty and the Beast received 58 million views, and the 2015 Cinderella received 42 million views, with both of these film trailers garnering roughly 10,000 dislikes each. While many on social media have posited that the higher ratio of dislikes is only due to fatigue audiences feel for live-action recreations, it must be noted that the trailers starring women of color have been more harshly criticized than other Disney princess remakes. Not all scholars agree that Disney is doing a bad job with their representation. In the Zhu Gingli essay, she explains that the 2020 Mulan is an accurate correction compared to the 1998 film. She says that Disney has effectively corrected the past errors of the 1998 film. She praises Disney for their efforts in learning more about the culture and redoing it in a right way. But again, as previously stated, the 2020 Mulan trailer did not do as well as its previous white predecessors. The hashtag #NotMyAriel has trended on both Twitter and Facebook, with many under the hashtag calling for Disney to replace POC princesses with white actresses in live-action remakes. Disney's swift pivot after nearly 100 years of heteronormativity and whiteness has left many fans feeling as if the Disney company is not the same as the one they grew up with. Indeed, Disney has created an audience of its own dissenters. With The New Little Mermaid premiering this month, we shall see in the box office if Disney has created an audience who is unwilling to accept progressive works, or if the times are changing and the audiences are changing with them.